क्या? Okay, so in last class I have discussed in detail about the how we can conserve the livestock feed through silage making, and we discussed almost all the details about the how we can prepare the silage, what is the dimension of the silo pit, and what are the changes which takes place in the green fodder while making the silage, and how we can feed the animal and how much quantity we can feed the silage to different category of animal. And there are some nutrient losses which also occurs during the silage making. This is very important one, and so you should know about that, how nutrient will loss and how much nutrient will loss during the silage making. What are the possibility of nutrient losses during silage making? So here you can see that what are the causative factors, different causative factors which actually responsible for losses of the nutrient while preparing and storing the silage feed. And there are different factors like plant enzyme, microorganism, dry matter content, and weather also, season, weather also one of the factor. Techniques, what techniques we adopt for silage making, what kind of the crop we should select, and delay filling, compaction and sealing, compaction of the crop material and sealing is also an important factor of the and causative factor of nutrient losses from the silage. So almost all about the 7 to 40% losses may happen during the silage making. So it depends on the different factors, causative factors. If less causative factors will be available, then less nutrient losses takes place. More and less seriously prepared silage, more nutrient will be losses. So you should know about the parameters and how we can say that this silage is a good quality silage. And so you just remember some parameters to just tell about the quality of the silage and know about the quality of the silage. So first important parameter, like this is an example of the corn silage, maize silage. So dry matter of the corn silage, it should be minimum 27% and maximum 37%. And crude protein, it should be on dry matter basis 7%. So you just remember some few parameters like dry matter content, crude protein content, and lactic acid concentration, which is very much important. Lactic acid concentration on dry matter basis, that should be minimum 3% and maximum 7%. Acetic acid concentration, that should be less than 2%, and very important for good quality silage, the butyric acid concentration, which should be less than 0.1%. So, and pH is also very important. pH should be 3.8. So 3.8 should be minimum and 4.5 should be maximum. So a standard pH for good quality silage is 4.2. So you just remember some few parameters to judge the quality of the silage. These parameters may be asked in the examination point of view. This is also important for examination point of view also. So you just keep remember these parameters for good quality silage. So this is all about the silage conservation method. And next I will discuss about the how we can conserve the or livestock feed through hay making. So how we can prepare the hay, what are the losses takes place during hay making, and how this hay is important for feeding to the livestock in livestock species. So basically hay making generally in the different kind of the forages, mainly grasses and legume fodder, which have hollow stem. We can select those kind of the fodder for preparation of the hay. We can harvest these fodders during green condition and at certain period of time, and we can dry it under sunlight. So we use when there is a shortage of that stored hay, that will be used during the shortage of the forage, and during lean period we can offer to the animal. And hay making, which is preferred mode of conservation of the all green forages, and it is easy method to make the hay from the green fodder. And when there is less availability of the fodder, that we can feed the hay to the animals. And there is sometimes there is a chance of spoilage maybe happens, and while preparing the silages. So in case of hay, there is less chance of the spoilage, and also which requires less space for storage of the fodder. You should keep to remember that, during hay making process also 10 to 15% loss of nutrient may occur. And generally when we select the leafy material, then when we select the leafy material, then the hay making, then there is chances of the sadness of the shredding of the leaves. So by shredding of the leaves, there may be the chance of loss of the nutrient which is present in the leaves. When if sunlight is not available, then it is very difficult for making the hay process and conserving the green fodder through hay making. So sunlight is very much important for making the hay, for proper dryness or proper drying of the green fodder, and maintaining the proper quality and color. And good color hay will be more palatable, and rapid drying is more suitable for hay making. And when rapid drying takes place, then there is the less chance of the microbial growth. So minimize the microbial growth, rapid drying should be preferred in the sunlight. The basic principle of hay making, which is to reduce the moisture content of the feed material, and in order to inhibit the action of the microbial enzymes and plant microbial enzymes. So reduction of the moisture content is the basic principle or preparation of the hay. And in order to store the green crop in a stacked manner, the moisture content should be reduced to, you should remember that the moisture content should be reduced to 15 to 20%. And the leguminous fodder, which is harvesting of that fodder, which will be done at the start of the flowering. When flowering starts, so pre-flowering stage, we can harvest the fodder for the hay making. This is very much important while selecting the plant material for preparation of the hay. So pre-flowering stage, when start the flowering, we can harvest that fodder for the hay making. And grasses, which should be harvested when there is a emergence of the heads. When heads starts, then emergence of the head or starting the head, then we can harvest the grass. And at the stage, there is a maximum nutrient, and at this stage, pre-flowering stage, there is a maximum nutrient and green matter which should be present, and we can store good quality. We can prepare good quality hay by that fodder. And the best season for preparation of hay is the March and April month. And so we can mostly prepare the leguminous fodder hay during the month of the March and April. And in the month of the March and April, the mostly berseem, lucerne, and oat, which will be available in plenty in the field, and so we can store this more amount of the feed material as a hay by preparation of the hay or feeding to the animal in lean condition. And in case of the making the hay from the grasses, then after rainy season, the grasses will be available in more areas, and more amount of the grasses available after rainy season, so we can harvest those grasses and prepare the hay after rainy season in case of the grass. So that when we talk about the leguminous fodder, lucerne, oats, and berseem is the good best fodder for the preparation of the hay. There are different methods for making the hay, that is traditional method and mechanized method. But nowadays we can, in several countries and in all over the world, they are following the mechanized techniques for preparation of the hay. Mechanized technique, actually that first part is the cutting of the fodder crop. That means mowing by mower machine is available. So by mower machine, we can mowing and cutting the fodder. We can treading it, and that means that we can tilt it, and we can reduce the moisture content of the fodder by tilting, and after that we can raking it, and after raking we can just bind it, so baling it. So these are the 4 steps of mechanized technique. And after that we can cut the crop while preparation of the hay. We cut the crop, then easy to break the stem by hand, and dry the crop under the sun. So after this process, this mechanized technique, after baling, we can dry it under the this baling process will be done after drying the crop. So, and we can turn in between the crop to reduce the moisture content, and for proper to ensure the proper drying of the fodder crop, and avoid the setting of the leaves, because leaves have a very rich in nutrient. Leaves contains more quantity of the nutrient, and different nutrients rich in the leaves, so shattering should be avoided while preparation of the shattering of leaves. And we can hang it with the help of rope in case of unchopped haymaking, and then sometimes we can chop and dry it in direct sunlight. So chopped can be, by chopping we can also prepare the hay, and it will be directly fed to the animals. We can stack it on preparing the bamboo. We can using the bamboo, and we can stack it bamboo with the help of the bamboos, and cutting off the grass machine which will be used, which called the mower. Mowing is a process, and we can process of the cutting, and we can use the mower machine for cutting of the green fodder. So mowing is done in the morning. So we can cut the fodder in the morning. This is the first step of the preparation of the hay. So mowing is done in the morning, and which can be in the of the day when the grass is dry, so that it can be increase the energy level of the forage by capturing some of the sugar material. And then after that we can spread the mowing material or harvested material, spread to reduce the moisture content and for proper drying, and for spreading this trading is done, and tedding is immediately done after the mowing to a spread, and which require the second tedding as well. Means second or third tedding. We can just look that we can reduce the moisture content of the fodder crop, or and to speed up the drying process. But there may be the chance of shattering of the leaves may happens while uh, that tedding is performed. And last, here we can rake it properly. After the tedding, we can rake it properly, and raking turns the hay once more time to read. While after raking, we can start baling. That means we can bind it or bale it, and we can use a machine like the baler machine, or we can bale it by hand itself. So nowadays baler machine is very much available in the markets, and large farmers which have the baler machine for baling the fodder crops. So the bacterial fermentation which may occurs in the forest, that has been also there will be a chance of the bacterial fermentation is available in the field condition, and which may leads to the production of the acetic acid and propionic acid, and the moldy hair is unpalatable and harmful. So we should be cautious, and we should be regularly treading and regularly just tilting the fodder, and for reduce the moisture content, so mold may not grow. So once the mold may grow or fungal growth happens in this conservation process, then they spoil the complete fodder crops, and that production of the mycotoxin may occur, and that will be very harmful for the livestock. And even livestock product consumed by the human being, that may also be transferred, that toxin may also be transferred to the human being also. And so we should avoid feeding the moldy hay. Hay can be stored under the roof, under the room, under shade area, to avoid the rain and other things of the for contamination, and to avoid that dry area should be there. So when we store the hay, the area should be properly dried and not exposed from the outside environment. So that will be very much important. And here you can see that how they are baling the hay material and dry material by conventional method. This is the good quality hay, and this is the poor quality hay. You can see in the photographs, and these bales, large voluminous bales, has been prepared by the baler machine, and the moisture content which should be less than the 50%, that is the good quality hay, and more leafy and green material, that good quality for storage, that moisture content good quality for storage if moisture content is less than 15%, and then there is no chance of the contamination and growth of the mold. More leafy and green hay should be the more palatable and more nutrient rich. Hay should be free from the dust and mold, and it should be easy palatable, it should be more palatable, and it should be less expensive as well. So we can store the material by making the hay is a good method for conservation of the material, and we should keep in mind that hay is a in different developed countries, and where the livestock is the main where livestock is and livestock population is more, as well as the productivity of the maintaining the productivity of the livestock. Farmers are using the hay bales for feeding the animals. Hay and silage is these two methods for conservation of fodder is very popular in different countries, and in India as well. Nowadays, farmers are preparing the silage. Different companies are coming, different big players coming in preparation and marketing of the silage. So farmers are choosing this method for the conservation of the feed, and these two methods, hay making and silage making, the best method of conservation of the feed or feeding to livestock during lean period as well as daily basis also. So this is all about the conservation of livestock feed. So hay making and silage making. So